one. I noticed the clan tried to jump onto platforms a lot, and platforms are good versus Absa because it does give you a way in, but you got to be careful because you get hit by one up tilt, one up air, and you could lose a stock pretty early.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the risk you run when you try and go above an Absa, but we're going to be seeing more risk being taken here in the next bracket set here. It looks like we should be having Zetterburn versus an Aether here.
Okay. Now, I don't know Dingle, but I do know DunkChai. So, this is a Zetter who is not afraid to push a couple buttons. So, I think we'll see some flashy combos here. I want to see if Dingle's able to slow him down and kind of space him out.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Dingle definitely needs to figure out a way to get down on the stage, finally landing just out of range of DunkChai to get some ground here, but
that is the classic Endless, right? Get knocked up above the stage and just struggle to land.
Yeah, and I mean, DunkChai is definitely... what?
That was scary. Got hit by Zetterburn fair off stage.
I mean, that's the problem with Aether. You do not have a good way to mix up your recovery, so once you commit to that up B, you're just setting yourself up for things like that.
Absolutely. You got to keep your resources as long as possible and just try to mix up your opponent. But DunkChai is so aggressive, man. He is not relenting.
Yeah, I mean, just constantly pushing off stage here, and here's an opportunity for Dingle to get some advantage going. Ooh. Unfortunately, not enough to keep him off the stage for too long.
Hey, okay. Got a little over-eager with that dunk. That's a new lease on life. It's gonna be... That scared me for a second there. That's say that I curse this poor man.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that's nice to see, even as DunkChai manages to take game one. It shows when you're able to avoid those kind of dunk situations, you're not just fully panicking, holding in, praying, oh my god, can I get back to the stage here? You're actually keeping your wits about you and knowing where to pull back just to avoid those kind of things.
Absolutely. And it's tricky, man. That matchup in general can be incredibly explosive. If the Endless can keep the Zetterburn out, get something started, push him off stage, whatever, wonderful. Great spot to be in.
Yeah, so we'll see what Dingle's able to take into game two here as we get the next match of this set underway here. Oh, definitely a strong stage for Aether.
Phenomenal stage for Aether.
Yeah, the one thing that a lot of Aether run the risk of, though, is they overly rely on the icicles on this stage because they're like, oh, I got no platforms, I can just spam icicles, but it's easier to parry them, and unfortunately, that down recovery, not easy to get off. Dingle definitely doing a much better job.
That's a great start.
Yeah.
Ooh, but this is some pressure, and wow, gonna take him off the top with the up air.
Yeah, it just feels like there's so little you can do once you get hit by a sour spot, Zetterburn up air, just because it combos so well into itself.
It's a phenomenal juggle tool, and against a character whose biggest weakness is probably the juggle game.
Yep.
Okay, DunkChai got some control of the stage now.
Oh my god, just bring him up there with those backers up air.
That was potent, man.
Yeah, it definitely feels like DunkChai is figuring out how to work around Dingle's movement here on this stage, because he definitely seems to have been using the ice a bit more against DunkChai and just kind of using that to get in, but like you said earlier, that juggle game is just destroying him.
Oh my goodness, that was incredibly clean. DunkChai's ability to parry those icicles were phenomenal as well.
Yeah.
A lot of situations where the icicles would come out and DunkChai was just standing there ready to go for the parry. He knew they were coming. And as the Endless, icicles are phenomenal against the player until they start to parry them. Then you gotta say, okay, maybe I need to ease back on him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so addicting to just want to keep throwing out those icicles because they're so good at getting ice down on the stage, which Aether absolutely needs.